Good morning, Piotr speaking. I would like to welcome you on the Energy Logserver series of webinar. We've called Vacations, Holiday Time with Energy Logserver, SIM and SOAR. In this series, you will receive three separate webinars about the vendor, about Energy Logserver and their products. There will be three main focuses for this series. First of all, we would give you information about how we can approach log management. What is a log? What is log management? On the next webinar, we will give you information about SIM, how we can increase our security, how we can increase, how we can build some kind of compliance rules based on logs we've gathered to present it to the SOC guys. And the last one, on the 21st of September, we will give you information about SOAR, how we can approach automation based on those logs, and SIM, how we can speed up things in our security team. First of all, to start to speak about logs, first of all, we would like to give you some kind of overview, a definition. So in the computing world, a log is a file that is produced automatically every time certain events occur in your system, in your infrastructure. It depends. Log files are usually time-stamped, and this is a very important feature of logs, that they are time-stamped and may record practically anything that is happening behind the scenes in the operating systems or software applications. In a nutshell, they record almost everything that the server, network, even operating system or application thinks is important to keep track of. Logs can document all kinds of events, ranging from messages to transactions occurring between different users, and what happened during, for example, backup, all the errors, all the information from the application. And the next stage is log management. So first of all, a log management is some kind of an umbrella term that describes all the activities and processes used to generate, correlate, centralize, parse, transmit, store, and archive the vast of events. Log management tools are used to handle all the logs generated by applications, systems, networks, softwares, or even user, and deal with them in any way that best suits the needs for the enterprise or organization in general. So log management is a popular topic nowadays, not only among system administrators, but even for security operations team or even DevOps. This is because the use of logs for security, performance enhancement, or just troubleshooting purposes is widespread across many IT segments and job roles. So we should answer why the log management is crucial. First of all, there's like few advantages of using log management as a standalone system. First of all, unified log storage. So one of the main advantages of log management lies in unified storage, which we discussed when we talk about centralized log aggregation. Having all the logs in one place makes any analytics much simple, but the true advantage of unified storage is enhancing your system security. The second one, system monitoring and alerting. So, because you have log management in your organization, these tools can provide to you customizable real-time alerts that enable you to react as soon as problem occurs. From this performance monitoring, or even like security monitoring. So we can track all essentials information about security breach, intrusion, where every second can mean more damage to you and to your organization. As I said, you can improve your security. So, because of real time system monitoring and alerts, your IT environment will be better secured against hacker attacks. Uh, by carefully choosing which event to log, you can tighten up security even more. For instance, the Windows security log is amongst hackers' favorite attack targets because they try to cover their tracks and hide their presence by alerting this log. The next one, improved troubleshooting, so better troubleshooting. So log management can give you better control of your IT environment and better insight into the processes that take place on your machines and desktop servers, depends. One of the most uses of event log for detecting problem is a network troubleshooting. So real-time alerts significantly reduce the time needed to detect and address the problem. The next advantage is log file parsing. So parsing is a process. Is a process of dividing data into smaller pieces of information for easier storage and manipulations. Since every log file consists of various pieces of data, the goal of log parsing is to recognize similar structures and allow for grouping the information by those structures. For instance, identify all timestamps with a log file and gathering logs from the certain time, or tracking one user's activity only. Last but not least, data analytics. So because you've gathered all the information from the network, from the applications, from the users, with this data you can do analytics based on this information. And log management is giving you tool to understand all this valuable information based on the logs. The main goal, to give the organization, to give security teams or network teams, give the tool which help you to allocate appropriate resources and improve, first of all, user experience, second of all, system performance and the system security, as I've mentioned previously. And log management will help you to reduce IT infrastructure costs. The beauty of Energy Logserver is because we can gather. There's like few methods of acquisition of logs from the network. First of all, Windows events, application events, log files, syslog. So there is plenty of them, and you can send to the platform any text data, and we will be able to present it on pie charts, on the graphs. So we are giving you a tool to analyze your in real time all the logs from your infrastructure. How can log management help you as an organization and you in your job role? There will be like a couple of use cases how we can approach certain problems and give a solution to you. First of all, as I've mentioned previously, to improve the security level of the organization. So right now, nowadays, we are approaching customers and they are telling to us that they've got a lot of security tools, security systems. They are pretty big. They are doing their job, but unfortunately, they are not sharing the information with other security tools. So we've got gaps to cover. So log management, we can implement log management as a platform, standalone platform, which gather the logs from the different sources of events, and then ensure the easiest possible identification of threats based on logs. So we are giving to you tool and to your analyst the tools which helps detect the incidents based on the logs. Compliance. A lot of organizations has to gather the logs, centralize them, and do some kind of archive of logs. And this log retention is from time to time is a long time storage. So everything must be recorded, stored, and available to the external or even internal auditor upon request. So right now, organizations have a problem with to present logs from the certain time. So log management helps you with collects and centralized all the data in one format. Then we are doing compression. So all the logs are compressed. We can do the archive, and we will full fit, and we are meet all these requirements for data retention. And the last one, compliant, maintain the compression when searching data. So right now, organization has problems if they do archive. The archive is not searchable. So with an Logserver, we can give you a tool which helps you to archive the logs. Then still logs will be searchable, and then you can even import the logs from the archive to the platform. Performance of system. As I mentioned previously, organizations doesn't have one pane of glass to check availability of certain metrics and statistics. So with the Log server, based on these logs, can provide to you, to the administrator, to the network team, to the application team, a source, a solution which can help to measure all the performance statistics like latency, response times, even errors. So we can give to you the platform which help you to alarm and build some kind of automatic actions when the problem will occur. Compromised users. So the users can be internal users can be the worst enemy. The question is why? Because if user is compromised, then they can elevate their privileges. If user has been hacked, then they are elevating privileges. So based on this log management, the administrator will will receive alarm that something is happening, and then we can track the threat. We can detect them. Also, with this timestamping, we can use these logs for the cyber investigators teams. Application performance, we can build, as I mentioned previously, we can do the troubleshooting of the network, we can do the troubleshooting of the applications. Also, we can measure performance of the specific application. So right now, developers, they have to build the applications very fast. With log management, we can gather the information from these specific applications. We can do even application performance monitoring based on logs. A few words about licensing. So, Energy Logserver is licensed per data node. One data node is able to handle up to 5,000 EPSs. More or less, it's up to 100 gig per day. Few words about infrastructure. Today's topic is log management plan. So it can be like standalone instance as a one point of visualization and analysis of the huge amount of data. Later on the next session, we will cover SIEM as how we can improve and increase the security level in your organization. Then we can on this session we'll cover also the network and network analysis. So based on our probe, we will be able to gather the and analyze network traffic based on the net flow. And the last one, the SOAR, as an umbrella system for all the security systems in your organization. We will speak about workflow processing and how the SOAR will help you with incident management. Just to give you an example about how you can implement and how the Energy Server is built. So we can do HA, high availability. We can do clustering. So we are gathering the data from the network, from the agent, or direct. We can take all the information from the logs. Then everything is stored on the Energy Server clusters. Energy Logserver is you can implement it on virtual machine. You can implement it on the bare metal as well. As I've mentioned previously, we've got simple and unified data storage. Data is stored as physically files on the Energy Log servers. We don't have SQL underneath. So we are doing indexing. So because of this indexing and no SQL database, the searching are very fast, and we can increase the speed of such searching. Custom monitoring, as I've mentioned, we can monitor the network and application as well. So based on the logs, we are able to monitor almost any of applications with their statistics and errors even. And the archive, last but not least, so we can export the archive from the data node. We can store it on the external archive, external system, and if it will be necessary, we can restore them in the system. So to give you some kind of list of features and functionalities in the such summary. So first of all, after the implementation of another Logserver, you've got a lot of features like pre-built already. So we've got user management with precise permission system. So users will see just their data. We can integrate ourselves with LDAP, with Active Directory and other system. The solution is built to be scalable. So right now we can implement one data node which is handle 5,000 EPS. But if you've got more, you can add another data node to collect and centralize all the logs from your network. So we are very scalable and prepared for such architectures. With the platform, you will have predefined parsers, full external system. You've got alerting, you've got reporting. Also, this fast search engine, because we don't have SQL database, you can do also this archive management from the console. So everything is already pre-built for you. Okay, to finish and to summarize this session. So log management is very important for all of organization. The log management projects should start much more earlier than SIEM solution, than SIEM projects in a certain organization. SIEM doesn't have these log management functionalities. So you should invest your time to do log management, and based on this log management, you can do the step forward to the SIEM. Um, we will discuss SIEM functionalities and SIEM systems on our next session, which will be on the 17th of August, and the last one on the 21st of September. We will discuss SOAR. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant day. Keep in touch. You can reach me out on piotr.kawa@bakotech.com, or even you can call me on +48 660 528 600. Have a lovely day.